Hello and welcome to episode 18 already. Now, the last one we have gone to Jupiter. And Jupiter's hope is up, our fleet is there, and the aliens so far have left us in peace. I have split out some ships here which are damaged. We are going to go through some repairs here. But basically, yeah, there we see, so they are going to join Jupiter again. And we definitely want to get some project like this one here. So we're going to there will be some repairs ongoing. Main fleet will be done on the 5th of August, so there will be... Laos is done, good. The main repair of the most damaged ships, however, will take a bit longer. We have to wait for the shipyards for this, but it's fine. We still have them. 80% of the fleet are fully operational, maybe even 90%, because a few of those that are damaged actually still have firepower. It's only like 2 or 3 which have lost their weapons from the damage they took, so that's all good. So we are going to wait this out. We are going to wait for the shipyard to finish. We are going to wait for the reinforcement that's going to arrive on November as well. So with the shipyard, we also get the reinforcements. And now the next objective will be the defense against the Mars problem here, which is arriving in 90 days as well. So everything is focused on November. However, I'm not too worried about this one here. Yes, we don't have the phaser fleet here on Mars, but the Mars defense fleet, no, not this one. The Titan group here still has 58 ships left. And there should be a few more finishing up. So what I'm actually going to consider is abandoning or disbanding some of our really old ship designs here, because we are not going to use them for fighting anyway. So we do have... So how much time was left? It is 95 days are left. So these ones will not finish. Yeah, but here we do have 3, 4, 5. No, this one not 4. Yeah, it's 4 additional Titans that are going to wrap up. Which means we are going to be put at 62. That's okay. I think we can win with that. We might take a few losses because we don't have the phasers. We have the arc UV weapons there mostly. But I think that shouldn't be a problem. So let's just jump forward to this point, I guess. Because Earth is relatively boring, we are just going to conquer through everything we have here. And keep and stabilize what we own already. Okay, here we are. The Mars problem fleet will arrive in 2 days. I have prepared for this occasion now. Meanwhile, we are waiting for the Jupiter stuff to finish up, and then we can think about what we want to do on Jupiter itself. However, the old Mars defense fleet I have split up into 2 subgroups. One is called Thanks for Your Service, and the other one is called It Was an Honor. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to engage the alien fleet with these 2. And basically, I'm going to sacrifice them very humanity first style, to draw out the torpedo wave that they will have again. So basically, we are going to... we have to pick the fleet first. So this one here. We're going to engage you. You arrive on the 5th, on the 4th. Yeah, we're going to do this. So we can engage them before they even arrive on Mars. Going to be the one thing. So, our torpedoes versus their torpedoes. Look at that fleet. Look at the fleet. Great. And It Was an Honor will go straight behind this. So we go Mars problem as well. Then we arrive on the 4th of November. Let's do it like... let's do it like this. Maybe that works out. I hope it will work out. If not, then we have to change something. And whatever is left over will get wiped by our Titan group. That's the plan. That's the theoretical plan. Because they have a lot of torpedo ships in here, which we are going to just take out. And then they don't have the torpedo waves anymore. So, let's get started. Let's do it. Let's see if that anyway close to what I want to do works out. So here we go, engage. We are of course going to watch this. Ooh, you and you first. You have an honor here. We go full speed. We go full speed. We are going to launch our torpedoes. Let's first accelerate a bit. Yeah, we do have time. When we get closer to 1000, we can... Yeah, accelerate, come on. And torpedoes are on its way, and we are going to also launch our torpedoes here. On whatever we can, as soon as we don't have any fuel left. Oh, click. So... We don't have to launch this early. We want to have as much acceleration as possible here. Maybe that doesn't really work that well. Because we do have these slow ships in there. Okay, we have to launch now. We have to launch via free will. No, wait a second. We shouldn't go free will. We should focus on something like you. Or rather... No, wait a second. You are flanking. Something like you here, I think. Because we don't want to shoot on the flankers. You know what? I'm just going to let the AI decide. Yeah, they go for the flankers here. That maybe wasn't too smart. Doesn't matter. Too fast. It wouldn't have gone through anyway, because they have so much lasers as well. But at least... Ooh, that's a lot of mech shots as well that we have to fight through with our main fleet. I don't know, did we deal any damage here? Let's see. And... no. Nice. And then the second fleet... It was an honor. We of course also do... Let's go high roll here. Go firm. We also give it to the AI, and let's just watch what they will do here. The good thing is that most of the torpedoes should be gone, but as we can see here, they have a lot of lasers in this fleet. No, there's still torpedoes left. They are gone as well now. Bye. Woohoo! The problem is that these ships are not armored at all, so we know that these are glass cannons. And it's gone. But we did deal some damage with our lasers, so it was an honor having you in my service. You will be replaced by Titans. By the way, all officer promotions I moved into the Titan fleet, so... Did we deal... Hey, we did... Mission killed? What's mission killed? No idea what that is supposed to be. Good. And now we have to use our Titan group here. We of course go crashing into Mars. What? Did we... Did we cause some kind of weird bug? That they actually cannot decelerate fast enough? Can we somehow watch this? Let's see. Can we... Crashing into Mars sounds like a pretty cool thing to do. 1713. They really can't decelerate? Okay, we got a sun here. I'm not sure if that is supposed to happen here, and the impact of this size of a fleet would have significant impacts on our HEPs here. We have a second sun. No. Oh, it moved to the sun. Oh. Okay, so it... Okay, so... Interesting that the game moves us to the sun. But is that fleet really gone now? It disappeared. No way. We just crashed 150 fleet of the aliens into Mars. Because they couldn't decelerate fast enough after we have intercepted them. That's a funny, weird bug. Good that I have a save game from like a few days earlier, so I can report this. Yeah, funny. That's pretty... I mean, that's like 50 exotics we don't get, so I'm definitely complaining. But on the other hand, we don't have to fight it now. So... Now the aliens are down to 785 ships. That's super weird. Let's make sure that there's really nothing in... No, there's nothing around Mars. Wow, I never... That's nothing I expected to happen here. Great. Okay, let's repair our Jupiter fleet and continue the campaign there. Okay, we have reached December. I've taken over the Maldives here now. And with that, I'm going to send home the armies for now. And I'm going to try to make peace with the other faction because I want to trade again for a while. I'm trying to get some fissiles from initiative or something, for which we need to first bribe them again so that we are no longer at war. That's a rough plan currently. Before we continue the war by here taking over Thailand, but we need to fix the democracy scores here first. So we are already far away. Or we have to do a revolution or coup here before we can do this. And also there are still some islands here that we can take over for Indonesia. And also there's Madagascar we can take over. And these ones here, Mauritius and the Seychelles. We all want those to be in India or Indonesia. And from there we will later expand probably. However, now I'm going to do a small trick. And we want to bait the aliens into attacking us. Because currently they will not do anything because we have over 9,000 fleet power here. We do have separate this one out and we have the Jupiter 2, which is mostly from the reinforcements and so on. We're going to hide the Jupiter 2 on Himalaya itself. We're going to land it on the asteroid. And that will, most of the time, it will bait out the aliens to attack us. Landed. Now let's wait. Okay.
I will help.
There we go. 8th of December, they will arrive. They attacked with 60 ships and 9,000 fleet power. That's okay. So we are going to launch again and meet up with the main Jupiter fleet here. And the Jupiter's Hope Station. I think one of the repairs should go through in time, so let's just wait it out and fight then. Let's see how much they actually pulled out from Jupiter. So let's see. We have here now. That's still a lot. So we have to do this probably multiple times before we are done here. But we are going to bait them. Yeah, there's one repair. More technologies finishing up, ships finishing up. I'm not going to do this right now. Yeah, environment, why not? Ooh, first space. Nice. Good. And now let's fight it out. Go. I think that's going to be... Because we're going to have multiple of those 60 to 50... ship size fights. I'm not going to show them all now. Let's see the auto resolve. Pretty simple, mostly armor damage. We're going to, however, fight it manually for once here. And I'm going to do the other fights here around Jupiter probably off screen. And now let's see. We want you. I have to wait a second. I have to find him here. Where are you? Can I not somehow? Really? I have to find the imp now in this list here. There. I'm going to replace you with the Dysomnia. Already worked. Okay. The question is now, how much acceleration do we use? I think I'm going to stay at 100 miles per second, actually. This is a bit weaker for our koi guns, but I think it should be fine. I'm just not considering if we maybe want to have all koi guns deployed. Yeah, I think I want to. Go. The flagship is intentionally not in the fight because it's damaged and we don't want to lose the flagship. So let's do it like this here. And maybe we can go to around 150 miles per second. Slightly faster. I'm still worried about the torpedo wave, which I'm sure they will have. So let's go for Primal Fury. Let's do something like lock on target here. Or maybe let's not do lock on target for now. That's too late. Better. And let's see what they will launch here. How many torpedoes will we, of course, go into attack posture here. Because we want the big phasers to constantly fire on the ships. We should have enough point defense. Because we have a lot of ship deployed now. A lot more than usual. And all these flankers, of course, will have a massive problem here now. Alright, by the way, we should micromanage our marines to shoot on the main body of ships here. Something like, I don't know, like you. So that they start shooting on these bullets instead of shooting somewhere on the flanker, because that's not really worth it. The phasers can take out the flankers. Okay, now we have to keep an eye on these torpedoes here. If our point defense will actually be enough. But if they reach this line here, then we have to go into defensive mode, but it doesn't look like it. We do have enough point defense against these ones here. Yes, perfect. Nice. Good, the flankers. Oh, the flankers are already all dead. Interesting. And here we can see that they are now shooting at our coil guns here, which is exactly what we want. And our phasers are starting on the here to take them out, which is good. So we are working on these cruisers here. I think I'm going to just speed up because this will take for basically forever. So let's see. Do the mech shots get through? Doesn't look like it. I think we have enough point defense against their mech shots. Another dreadnought going down. That's good, which means they have even less mech shots now. Ah, was that the... Ah, right, that was the target. No, Steel Fury is still the target, so the mech shots didn't get through. It was all phasers. Yeah, more and more ships going down. We take a bit of damage probably from their particle guns. Yeah, we can see here we take even a bit more than a bit. But I think we are not going to use the ship unless they do a critical hit on a drive or something. Something on the side here? Oh yeah, there's one flanker left. Okay, interesting. And we are getting closer to their defeat because the ship numbers are dwindling. Good. Maybe we lose one ship or something, I don't know. But just as a highlight, like how these other battles will go here around Jupiter. when we can pick them off part by part. And then the Jupiter campaign is actually a lot faster. Also with the crash from the fleet on Mars, which was a really big boon for us, because now we have freed up a lot of defensive forces. Okay. I don't know where all these escorts are, so we are going to auto-resolve afterwards. Yeah, let's auto-resolve the rest here. There we go. And we didn't lose the ship. Nice. 22 exotics, 1.8 metal, 1.4 volatiles, 600 nobles. The problem is, however, fissiles, which we can't solve. We have lost 3 officers and we got a huge chunk of promotions. Now we need to see what the repair time would be. As soon as we can use them again. Actually, let's merge everything together. Okay. 46 days for all repairs. Almost 10 exotics. That's expensive. I think I'm going to separate a few out again, repair the main fleet, and then bait the next fight already. We also sent more support fleets towards Jupiter. So there's Jupiter Support 2. And there's also this one. Let's call this Jupiter Support 3. One of those... oh, that's a spelling mistake now in there. One of those fleets has more marines in it. These are the Arc ships, and yeah, this one has another batch of marines in it. So we do have afterwards enough marines to take out multiple bases in the Jupiter system. We should keep in mind that the Jupiter system is one of the main mining bases. Oh, areas. So they have 6 bases here, 3 and 2 here. When we can take out the whole system, that will be a very big deal. Also, we might have a decent alignment for Saturn, because I think until we are done with the campaign, we are probably going to be around here and Saturn about here. But then we do have a decent trajectory to immediately fly to Saturn with these fleets here. Saturn, however, has also not that many, but still a few of these bases here. And then the core mining is probably already gone. Uranus only has 5. Neptune only has 4. Yeah. So I think the main power is actually the Jovian system. So let's see. The aliens now are down to 740 ships. So they were close to 1,000 or above 1,000. We have now defeated around 150, I would say, in direct combat. Maybe 200 already. And 150 we crashed on Mars. So that's good. But we can see here, low Ganymede, they have a lot of ships still here in the main system of Jupiter, which we are going to try to bait out. When these are done, we basically have won. However, the fleet that we currently have will not bring us to the main base, main core here, just because we don't have enough acceleration and KPS. So I'm going to start now going into the direction of the inertial confinement fusion reactor and tech this out to the latest drive. Then maybe that will be in time for the final fleet. I will also stop Titan construction for a moment, because I think we do have enough for now to take out all the important stuff. We have to send over something to Ceres for the gold. Here the Mercury for the servants, of course. Ceres and Vesta has to be taken out, and we are working on Jupiter already. And then it's Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And then it's basically only Mengpo over here. We are getting closer, actually. And of course we also have to solve the Earth problem eventually. But we are working on that slowly between fights and everything. So I'm going to jump forward a bit and probably do 2 or 3 more fights, maybe show the results, but I think for now we have seen the main fights and I don't think there will be anything difficult in the Jovian system at least. But let's see what exactly will happen. Okay, so the aliens are attacking us here and they are now sending everything they have in separate groups, which is a bit weird. But the trick that we used basically did that now. So I sent most of the fleet down to Himalaya, and they now attack us here with these separate groups. I'm not sure if they will fight with all groups, but I will at least try. So let's see what will be the result. I'm not going to... let's at least, we can go to the first one at least here. We could also auto-resolve the whole thing if they really want to fight, but I like at least to do the manual work here for these fights, because it's just fun to watch as well. And I don't like auto-resolving a lot, but sometimes it's useful. So, would they fight me? Yeah, they would fight me. But we are going to demolish this fleet here. There's no way that they deal any significant damage. So I'm going to go through these fights here and not show everything. Auto-resolve here. Yeah, look at that. We didn't even take a lot of damage here. So let's just do it here. Formation is still the right one. And we have everything deployed. Wow, we have everything deployed. Okay, this one is going to be even worse for them than the first fight. Yeah, so actually the deployment is based on mission control. Interesting. No, wait a second, everything fits into the battle. Wow, that's even worse for them, I guess. Because, yeah, we're going to go attack posture here. Oh, they even go convoy here. This is... this is so bad. This is the worst they could have done. Yeah, even start flanking. That's now even more... Oh boy. Because the phasers, as soon as they are in range, they're going to obliterate them with the side. The alien ships have not a lot of side armor, so they are going to just be evaporated by the phasers. As we can see here now. So everything that flanks is dead. It's better to face us directly here. Are these torpedoes a problem? No. Not even close. So... oh, we took a bit of damage on the flagship here. The second one is on its way, though, in the reinforcement class fleet. So, yeah, and now our coil guns will also get through, probably. Let's see. They are here, our coil guns, currently. I'm still getting intercepted, though. But that's the purpose of them, so that they don't shoot at our ships. Instead, they are busy shooting on our coils. And this is toast. Just have to make sure that we don't take a lot of damage here. But... yeah, let's see where we are going to be at the end of all of this. Oh, we should be careful that nothing gets through here. Looks alright to me. Yeah. We might take a bit on 1 or 2 Titans here. We might lose over the whole 4 battles that are going to come now. 1 or 2 Titans, if it's really bad. That would be my estimation. Maybe we lose... even if we lose 5, that would not hurt us at all. Point defense screen is holding. Even against the big mech shots from the Dreadnoughts. Because they do have the enhanced battery, so they have a tech upgrade by now as well on these ships. But yeah, the ship list is... yeah, they're going to be dead in a second. Okay. And eventually there will be the point where our mech shots get through. And then it's dead. But I don't think we reached this point here. Ooh, they're taking... Oh, we already have 2 flagships here. Interesting that they always focus on the flagships. That's not cool. Okay, good. Let's just wait this one out. Let's hope that they don't kill both flagships. That would be unfortunate, but... And flanker is gone. There's only 1 battleship left here, so that's the only one probably shooting still at that flagship here. There we go. Nice. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's the first fleet. Let's see how many exotics we are going to get. We shouldn't have lost anything. But we're going to get a lot of promotions from this again. Which means that our fleet is only getting stronger. Yeah, we took some damage. Only 10 exotics, that's not a lot. Even with our scavenge classes in here, we only get 10. Wow. Good. Yeah, so I'm going to do the other fights now. Let's check how many exotics we have after defeating the other 4 fleet. 4 fleet, really. Okay, we are in the last fight of all of those here. We are wrecking the last group of them. Or at least we are probably going to wreck them. And... yeah, we have taken a decent chunk of damage in between. I auto-resolved one of those battles. That's why everybody is a bit damaged now. Because it's really taking too much time. Still have to... still on a work day, so I have to work a bit and can't fight all these battles currently. But I want to get continue. So I fought 3 manually, 1 I auto-resolved. This is the last one here now. And as we can see, they are all the same pattern. I have manually target the marines here on these, the railgun, coil gun ships here on these dreadnoughts. So if something gets through, it would be awesome, but it's unlikely that something gets through because of the point defense on their side as well. All the flankers are gone. Now it's just the laser show here. We just have to make sure that nothing from their mech shot side comes through, but it looks alright to me, yes. Our mech shots are at least getting closer by now, so we are... with every ship that dies on their side, we are going to get closer with our mech shots here. Okay, another monitor down. By the way, one of the groups we have fought actually had plasma weapons, so that also did quite some damage to our fleet. It was surprising. By the way, these 2 that are falling behind are the flagships, because I don't want to lose them. They have taken the most damage so far. And now one of the coil gun ships here is taking a beating. But I think we are going to get out of this without significant losses here. Yeah, something is getting through to the dreadnought now. I think the coil guns are there. There we go. Yeah, now it's posting time. And the rest is gone as well. Perfect. Just a few more seconds until everything is done. And then we can see our exotic count, where it went from all these fights. Let's see. And done. Good. I think we didn't lose anything. This one is the most damaged ship. Oh. Ah, we have taken a beating. That was a lot of fighting. The funny part is that the battle stations are going to finish in like 2 weeks or something. They could have been helpful, but they're not. Go. Yeah, still no losses. Just a lot of damage on everything. Hey, another 12 exotics. So we have 88 exotics now after all these fights. Big question is how long... yeah, 38 days. 10 exotics. We have to repair everything. So we're going to go through this. And there is, I think, 2 fleets left on Jupiter. Yeah, 2. 1.5. This one is only small ships here. And then this capital fleet here is still there. And our reinforcements arrive, let's see, Jupiter support 2 arrives in 57 days and support 3 in 69. So very soon we can go ham on these stations and we can already consider where to go next. So I'm going to jump forward until the repairs are done. Then we can already consider what we want to target next. Because we can leave the coil gun ships behind to a certain degree, or at least half of them, and rather already fly towards Saturn if it makes sense. We also have to prepare a fleet here from the Titan group around Mars, which will go to Ceres. However, we don't really have a lot of stuff left here. We maybe should build a few more Marines here, because we need at least 550 strength before we can take out one of the main fleets there. So we need to, let's make at least 3 in reserve here. 1, 2, 3. Of course, we have to wait for missiles again. Then we should have enough for the assaults on Ceres. We might also have to send one of the parts of the fleet back home, because we have to, of course, clean the asteroid belt properly. Mercury also needs to be done. But what I definitely want to do is set up shop on one of the planets here in the Jupiter system. And for that, the most important part is the nanofactory. It's going to be finished in April. When that one is done, we can set up shop on one of the planets. I'm not sure which one, but something. And with that, the fleet count is down to 536 within a year. We halved the alien fleet. A year. Insane. Yeah, let's just jump forward a tiny bit until we have repaired and we can take out the remnant fleets around Jupiter here. Okay, here's the last fleet from the aliens in the Jupiter system. At least the last one with capital ships. We baited this one out as well. And 2 Titans are already down because they tried to flank us. The question is that getting through? No, it's not getting through. Good. Point defense is holding, and now all the flankers are out. So there were some... I don't know why they would try to flank with a Titan, because the Titan has 45 frontal armor and only 3 on the side. It's like a ship design I would do, but I wouldn't flank with it. So that's the big difference here. And now we can just observe what's going to happen here. We're taking a bit of damage, probably as usual on the flagship. Yep, on the scavenge this time. Maybe we lose 1 or 2 ships because they have a lot of stuff here. Less torpedoes, therefore more lasers and so on, so it might hurt a bit more. But yeah, just going to let this happen here. Getting closer. And another dreadnought going down. Battleship going down. This is all right. So let's go to speed 5. Even faster. Titan going down. That was a lot of particle cannons that just disappeared from here. Yeah, that was it. Wherever that destroyer is, I don't know. And we just took damage, nothing else. Good. We have so many officer promotions in here. We're going to repair. 6.8 days. Fine, let's do it. We have a fuel problem still, but we can solve this here in the Jupiter system. Did we find anyone we want to talk to? Ah, yes, we found someone. Good. So we are going to talk to Initiative.
Reaching out.
And we also are going to talk to Exodus.
Establishing contact.
Wherever we can get exotics. On the other hand, maybe we should focus on one. 5.1k. Yeah, it has We are going to focus on the initiative here, so everything goes into
Reaching out.
the initiative.
What's the op? We'll
And
open the
if we
channel.
can get something from them, let's see. Are we still at war? Yes, we're still at war, so we have to
Initiating
bribe them
contact.
first. Yeah,
You
something like
war-crazed meatheads need a taste of your own medicine.
bribe them with
Initiating contact.
something. Don't know
You
what they would
war-crazed
like.
meatheads need a taste of your own medicine.
Let's maybe water here. Let's say like 2,000 water for them. Very pleased. That's good.
Offering assistance.
It probably will take a few
Offering
mission
counsel.
phases. Yeah, we're
Reaching
still on
out.
Furious, so we are going to continue bribing with
War-crazed
water
meatheads need a taste of your own medicine.
until we are on Tolerant again, and then we can try to get some fissiles from them for a decent price. Yeah, good. Let's wait for the repair. 6th of March. And there we go. What is left in Jupiter? Yeah, only this fleet here. Which means I'm going to half my fleet, send half down here. Most of the phasers will go down here, plus marines. And then we're going to take out the first station. That's on Io. Do we want to have a base on Io though? No. Ah, we have to still wait for the... still have to wait for the nanofactory to finish. But let's see, we do have 80 KPS left here. If we were to go to Io to the station here, we would... Ah, it's quite expensive actually. 25 for 2.5 weeks flight time. So we are going to do this. I'm going to make a separate fleet, and we are going to end the campaign, not campaign, the episode with the first assault on one of the bases here. And we are at that point where we are going to start assaulting the first alien bases. The Jupiter Marines, which is only our Koiga Marine class, is now in orbit of Io, where we have taken out everything else, the other ships, and now we are going to start assaulting here. We have 1,260 Marines in here. That might be enough to take out all bases, but let's see, maybe we have to repair in between. If that is the case, that's fine as well. The phaser fleet has taken out the remaining ships here. I think there's one here on Himedia left, which is damaged and cannot fly away. But basically that's all the ships that were in the Jovian system. If we now go to all alien ships, we are down to 450. They are still somewhere, and probably still a lot are still in the asteroid belt, would be my assumption. Because here there's also something bombarding Earth surveillance and so on. All right, for now, we are going to take them out eventually. The big question now is, where do we want to go afterwards? So the problem is that I cannot, because I don't have the fuel currently, I cannot make the next course yet. But we could check in the ship designer what it would cost us if we were to fly with our phaser titan here from Jupiter, Himalaya, Jupiter's Hope to Saturn, then probably something like Rear. I usually take Rear as a starting base so that we can bait them again. Rear low orbit, there we go. Yeah, it would take 28 weeks with the current drive, so that's already pretty slow. Can go up to, I guess, more fuel. Yeah, you can see here that we can cut it down to around 18, 17 weeks. We do it like this. So that would be a possible upgrade to our ships here. However, to make this work, we definitely need to get rid of the fissiles. And that's going to be on the 24th of April as well. Because then the nanofactory is finished.
Order
So
is
let's
returning.
get to that point. Let's see what we can do from the assault. What we get and what we know afterwards. Hey, really? Initiative. we are just bribing you. Why do you do something like
We
that?
have Zev culture.
And we also, by the way, are just going through technologies now that we don't really need. Ooh, we got the avian war dog. Interesting that we didn't get them before. Ooh, that was a lot of loot actually. Should have checked this out first. Continue assaulting here. Repair. Repair. Megafauna. Don't really need that, but fine. So let's see what the next assault will be. Don't need that one either. We want fissiles, but we are not going to get any. 0.35. Wow. 1.9k metals. That's a lot. There's the nano factory. We're going to do the next assault straight away. We have... Ooh, we have... Okay, so we cannot do everything in one go. We lose too much marine strength in one assault, so we can do one more and then we have to fly home to repair. But with the... No. I want to go to... Yeah. So with the fleet done, or rather the nano factory done, I assume that we have to put the helium-3 base. Let's check that in the tech tree. Helium-3. Helium-3 mine. Let's see. Only allowed in the orbit of a gas giant. Only allowed in interface orbits. Okay. So we have to put a base in the interface orbit of Jupiter. Is that the... Yeah, the low Jupiter orbit is the interface orbit. Okay, so we have to make an orbital here. Then we upgrade this one as well. And then we have to wait for the ring 4 to be finished to get the helium-3 mine. We can already start and put down some reactors here. That won't hurt. Something like this. Can also prepare the battle stations for later, because we want to leave this station alone. So probably the best way is just doing it like this. There we go, and then we can upgrade stuff from here. On the 22nd of July, we are going to have the ring hab, or ring core. And then the big question is, how long will the helium-3 mine take? I have no idea. Is it written down here? No, it's not written down here anywhere. That's sad. Because I think without the helium-3 mine, we are not going to be able to properly leave the Jovian system unless we can really get a good trade from the initiative in the next episode. But yeah, with that, our Jovian campaign is close to an end. Because in the next episode, we are now going to just wrap up the remaining 9 alien bases here. And then we are going to plant down a few mining bases here in the Jovian system on our own. I assume it will be Callisto. But I'm going to decide on this in between episodes, whether it will be Callisto or Ganymede. We do not have a metal problem. So the focus will be on probably getting some more noble income going. Fissile will not be necessary anymore. Will not be necessary afterwards. So it will be a mixture of volatiles. Maybe maybe metals will be short in supply. Yeah, I have to think about it. I'm not sure what we are going to need for the high-tech ships later. Because we're not going to build more of those that we currently have here. Instead, we are going to wait for the inertial confinement fusion reactor. We want to get, of course, the level 6 here. And 7. Accelerant is also almost done. And we are not going to use the Protium Converter Torch, I think. We are going to just use the Protium Nova Torch to reduce the cost as much as we can. And then that should be fine. So it's just like 200,000 and 500,000 only. Will still take forever, but that's the rough idea currently. To wrap up this campaign. From here it will go significantly faster. If we check this here, let's see where the fleets are. So Venus, Earth, Mars is done. Mercury, we can send something from Mars that should be fast. Ceres and Vesta will also be fast. We are working on Jupiter. Saturn will be next. That's the second biggest mining area for them. Titan and Neptune are rather small, so we are not going to send the biggest fleets there, only smaller ones. And then the main base here. They have a fleet in Triton, Lorelei, that's in the asteroid belt, Iapetus, that's I think the same system as Triton, so that's Uranus, I think. Oberon is Neptune, I think. Merapi is an asteroid belt thing as well, and then the main base. So it's not that terrible. They must have a lot of small ships, actually. So the capital ship fleet are gone. Let's see here. They still have capital ships here. What we should also expect soon is the panic button from the aliens, where they start retreating towards the main base here. Wow. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 motherships. Looking forward to take that out. Ooh, they are all mech batteries. Oh, and lasers. Okay, it's not the same class. But interesting. Triton here has a big fleet. And then here's a big fleet. Okay, so we have to send something big to these two. And Saturn here is... Saturn is actually not that much, to sum it up. Yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode, where we are going to continue this campaign and probably wrap it up in the next 2 to 3 episodes. Will be very fast from now on.